Hmm. All right, then. So let's get started. When you're ready, come to lie on your back if you haven't already. Take your time to get there. Slowly feeling the earth rise up to meet you as it supports you. Take a big breath in through your ankles. Unlock the knees and the hips and the heart and the shoulders. And on your exhale, send that releasing breath back down through the body. Let it trickle down, back through the hips and the knees and the ankles, moving right out the toes. Imagining that with every inhale, you could spark something that you want to call into fruition, that you want to call into being. Noticing the breath, but not forcing it or changing it or requiring anything else of it than exactly what it is right now. So be with the breath as it traces the body. Invite in spaciousness with every inhale. Perhaps give the wrists some rolls and the ankles as well, flexing and pointing the feet. Perhaps even interlacing the fingers, bringing them around to the back of the head if you'd like. You don't have to do that, but it might feel nice to traction the neck up, creating a gentle tuck of the chin to the notch of the throat. So this representation of the head bowing in reverence to the wisdom of the heart, inviting us to slow down. Went for a walk today and just stopped to look at all the historical markers that I saw from about Second and Locust all the way up to 10th and Locust or so and back, looping through those neighborhoods, kind of called to mind this memory of going on nature walks in school, and we would come back and we would have our thing that we gathered and we'd tell a little bit about it. How often do we get to do that now, right? This is an opportunity not to diminish anything or hardship that we're going through, any of us, whether it's financial or physical or hardships with those we love, but there is a silver lining, right? How would we have slowed down this much if not compelled to by some very serious reason? So it's like the earth is just forcing us. Energy, science, nature is coming together and forcing this pit stop. Where do we go from here? It's up to each and every one of us to decide. So invite in contemplation in your practice, invite in playfulness as well. Invite in that which serves your truest and highest self without feeling that you're entitled to any other experiencing than the one that you're having, the life that you're having exactly right here and right now. So again, take a big breath in, feel it fill up through the lungs and the heart space, feeling that invigorate you up towards the sky, inviting in what's possible. And exhale, empty something out, something you've been holding tightly, gripping onto, whether it's physical or metaphoric. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Just feel into your deep intuition here and the landscape of your body, your mind, your emotion. And I'll invite you to chant the sound of Om. If you'd like, you can also do it silently. It's just a vibration in your own body. So feel free to join me or rest in the sound vibration. Big inhale here. Let the heart rise underneath your hand. And sigh. That's it. Inhale to Om. Om. So in the aftermath of that sound vibration, unabashedly feeling exactly what it is you feel. And slowly here, begin to cultivate an ujjayi breath with sound, the victorious sounding breath, like the ocean. We'll draw the knees into the chest, wrapping the hands around the shins, pressing the shoulder blades into the mat. Perhaps lift the head if you'd like. Crown of the head and forehead coming toward the knees just for a moment. Flex the feet, point the toes, feet, and flex the toes like a little Barbie toe. Big inhale here. If the head's lifted, lay it back down. Extend your left leg long, bringing the left leg to the floor. Draw your right knee in towards your chest and wrap the hands around the back of the right thigh. And then the leg that's on the ground, that would be the left leg. Begin to engage it, pressing the heel away from you. Feel that stretch in the calf. Feel an inner rotation on the left inner thigh. And if you'd like, you can begin to extend the right leg up towards the ceiling or the right foot. Taking the bend out of the right knee at your leisure. And again, pressing the backs of the shoulder blades into the floor as well as the sacrum, the low back. Heel presses up towards ceiling. Left heel on the ground presses away from you. Scissoring the inner thighs in, breathing through the back body and the heart. Bring the knee back in towards the chest. Let the heel come towards the butt. And then just roll over onto your left side, bringing your right knee along with you. Find a nice twist here. Just coming into a supine twist. Nice and easy. Letting the gaze drop over your right shoulder. Inviting a little detox in so that you can fill up with fresh prana for the rest of your afternoon and evening. The extended leg, you can keep it long if you'd like, and it feels good. You can bend the knee and reach around for that bottom foot. Might be a big stretch right now, but if you'd like to, that's available. Otherwise, twisting gently. Perhaps the gaze drops over the right shoulder just a smidge more. Big inhale here. And exhale, sigh. Let your left arm out. Just reach through the left fingertips. Taking any bend out of the left elbow. Big inhale. Release the foot if you have it. Come back to center with the knees. Tuck the knees into the chest and extend your right leg down to the floor. Draw your left leg in. Wrap your hands, threading them around to the back of the left thigh. And I should also say the right foot can always come to the floor, bending the right knee if that feels better. In that case, you would press into the right foot. Or if the leg is extended long, rotate your inner thigh in, press your heel away. And slowly, if the left heel wants to move towards the ceiling, it can. Again, press the low back into the floor as the shoulders anchor you down. Press the heel up towards the ceiling, draw the toes toward the face. So even though the leg is drawing in, the knee can be as bent or as straight as you'd like it. Controlling the degree of hamstring and calf opening. Big inhale here. And if the right knee is bent and the foot is on the floor, extend it. So the right leg is long, draw your knee into your chest, roll over onto that right hip. So all the way onto the right hip so that the left knee can come all the way over, giving you that nice stretch. Look over your left shoulder and breathe. Big inhale here. And exhale, sigh. If you want to bend the right knee and try to find that foot, you can. If you don't find the foot, that's fine too. It might feel good just to bend the knee. Big inhale as you look over the left shoulder. And exhale, sigh. Now rolling over onto the back again. Draw your knees into your chest, both of them. Roll through one side. And we'll come up onto the shins when you're ready. So we'll do a little moving vinyasa to start. Keep your ujjayi breath going, and we'll add in a little bit at a time. We'll circle the arms wide, reaching them up and overhead, catching breath. And on your exhale, drag your hands down through the heart. We'll do that again. Sweep the arms out and up. Big inhale as you scoop up breath. And exhale, hands drag through the heart. This time we're going to take the hands behind us and interlace the fingers at your low back. Press the palms together to invite the heart to lift. And drop the shoulders down. Big inhale here. And exhale, release the hands. We'll put that together. Sweep the arms out and up. Big inhale. Exhale, drag the hands down through heart center. Circle the arms behind you. Interlace the hands. Press palms. Lift heart. Soften shoulders down. You can stay here. If you'd like, you can begin to let the arms drip overhead. Head could come to the floor or a blanket or your mat. Big inhale as you lift the hips, perhaps. Exhale, come back to sit on the heels. We'll build on that. Sweep the arms out and up. Keep the breath going. Yep, this time drag the hands through heart center, but we'll interlace the fingers, flip the palms up to the sky to invite the heart towards the ceiling. Big inhale here. And exhale, soften shoulders. Or release the right hand down to your right hip. Stretch your left arm alongside your left ear. And then we'll find the other side. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches long. Feel that nice stretch through the side body. Pull yourself up. This time we'll reach the arms around behind us, interlace them at the low back, press the palms, and then tuck your chin to the notch of the throat if that feels good. Keep breathing, and just like anything else I offer, if something doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. Lift the chin back up from the chest, drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. Perhaps you want to lift the fisted knuckles away from the low back again. Lift the chin back up, drop the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Lift the chin back up towards level. Perhaps sweep the gaze up towards the sky. Invite the shoulder blades to reach towards each other like they could touch, even if they don't. Bring the chin back up. Coming back onto the shins, unhooking the arms, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, drag the hands through heart center. Take the arms behind you, interlace them at the low back. Press the palms, lift the heart. You can stay here or reach the arms out and up overhead. Head to floor, hips to sky. Big inhale here. And exhale, sigh back onto the heels. The right hand releases down, the left arm reaches up. Let the left arm pull you back up. Left hand plants, right arm reaches. Yep, come on back up. And we'll just take a gentle, easy twist to the right. Bring in the left hand to the outside of the right thigh as you twist and breathe. Invite your gaze to elegantly peek over the right shoulder, peeling it open away from the left shoulder to feel the heart rising up and sparking your intention up into the sky as we move towards evening and the stars. Big inhale here. And exhale, release back to center. Just give the shoulders a little wiggle before we twist to the other side. Bring the hands to the knees for a second. We'll just move the spine a little bit through some lateral flexion, or not lateral, flexion. round here, let the head collapse. Stretch the heart forward, peel the shoulders open, and exhale, round into your south, head drops. Inhale, invite the heart forward. This time we'll take a twist to the left. Right hand to outside of left thigh. And left hand supporting the low back as you peel the left shoulder open away from the right shoulder. So that right hip's gonna wanna come forward. Do your best to draw it back so that the twist happens from above your belly button. Big inhale. Soften the shoulders, exhale, release from your twist. So I'm just gonna ask real quickly, do either of you, since we almost have a semi-private here, I have stuff planned, but do either of you have any specific requests you'd like to build into your practice that you've been wanting to work on?
I've been having like a tightness in one of my like shoulder blade areas, so any like shoulder opening might be particularly.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can definitely incorporate that. And if you, great props include like hat boxes or like a shirt in case we do a shoulder opening where the hands don't reach. So that might be great to have or grab. Awesome, I love it. Good suggestion. So we'll come onto hands and knees and begin to move the spine through cat-cow, so you know these. Really get into it, let the hips swirl and dance around. Inviting some circular movements, some undulation of the hips. And inviting the heart and the chin and the circling of the head to join along in the party. They're always welcome to join in, as is any other body part that feels intuitively called to move. So as you move through these naturally intuitive movements, there's going to be a moment that calls to you to come to your first upside down V shape. Listen very quietly and carefully to yourself. Coming to that no sooner than the body feels deeply called. So this is a time of turning inward, of planting the seeds we want to see grow in the future. But in order to do that, we first have to listen to ourselves very quietly and closely. So definitely when you come into your dog, be soft and gentle, bending each knee slowly. It's like you're moving through water rather than warming up for a race. Also on my walk today, I saw a sign that said, never let your memories be greater than your dreams. Which I thought was so appropriate for this moment, right? Our hopes for the future, focusing on those rather than how things were. Find your stillness in your dog. We'll stretch the right leg up and back behind us. And give the right knee a bend. Make some circle swirls with the hip and the knee. Imagine the knee could paint circles just above the knee. So the top of the right thigh. Go in one direction and then the other. And then we'll extend the right leg long back behind us. Come forward to a core plank. So draw your right knee into your chest and lift the heel up towards your butt. Gaze out, shoulders open. Breathe here and exhale. We'll sweep the right leg up and back here. Draw your right knee to your right elbow. Flex the right foot out to the right, fire hydrant style. Pause here, gaze out. Soften your neck and your jaw. We'll send the right leg up and back. This time we'll draw the right knee to the left elbow. Pause here to thread the right leg underneath the left. So you can keep your hands, both of them on the floor, as you rotate to the inside edge of the back foot. You can always drop your hip to the floor. You can reach your left arm up for a fallen triangle. Wherever you are, continuing with the breath. And exhale, hand comes back down. Step your right foot between your hands. We'll gently drop the back knee to the floor, untuck the back toes, and make our way up to the right thigh for a nice deep hip stretch in the lunge. And here, even as you sink down into that left hip, perhaps pressing the elbows straight, feel how that extends both sides of the body. And then pressing firmly into that front foot, feel that expand you so that maybe you can reach up before you reach back, if that's where you want to go. Big inhale, hope that makes sense. And exhale, sink down. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. We'll tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee. Come right up to your high crescent lunge. Press the back heel back as the heart reaches forward, the fingertips lift up. Again, even as you sink down, can you feel the stretch in both sides of the body, right and left? We'll take a gentle twist to the right. So you're opening to the right inner thigh as the fingertips stretch away from the heart expands. Re-engage the back leg, heel presses back. And exhale, hands frame the front foot. We'll pour the weight into the front foot, let the left leg rise into a standing split. Big breath here, inhale, and sigh over the front leg. You're going to slowly draw your left knee towards your chest. As you draw the left knee into the chest, early balance here, placing the weight into the front foot. We're going to come into tree. So opening that knee off to the side, placing the foot where you'd like it. Perhaps if that right leg is already a little bit tense, you could always release the foot to the floor for a second. Foot can be where you like it. Hands come to the heart. Big inhale. Soften shoulders down, exhale. Reach your left knee back to the front of your mat and step your left foot back. Arms come alongside the ears. I'm going to shift your right foot over to the right a bit and then take your arms behind you. Nice shoulder opening as you interlace the hands. Maybe you even bend the elbows to get that back cleavage. So squeezing the inner rims of the shoulder blades together, you can stay here or reach the arms up and overhead. Keep bending the front knee, pressing the front shin forward as the back heel presses back. And exhale, humble warrior. Release the left hand to the floor. We'll take a nice twist. Reach the right arm up. Let the left rib spiral around to the right inner thigh as the back heel presses back. Big breath in. Yeah, any variations encouraged. Allow the right arm to drift behind you. And then on our exhale, we'll bring the hands to the inside of the foot and we'll find our lizard lunge. So as gentle or as deep as you want it to be, but just use your intuition. So you could stay up on the hands. At first, we draw this right knee close into the right shoulder. However far you come down, see if you can keep length in the spine and stay expanded through the front of the heart. Big breath in and down. Let the back of the neck relax. Inhale. Exhale. You want to allow that right knee to drift off to the side, rotating onto the outside edge of the right foot. Pinky toe edge, that might feel good. Left hand or left forearm stays planted, right arm can reach up. Finding a nice little twist around to the right. So through all of these poses, finding some levity, taking it slow and steady and sweetly. If you want to reach around to the back foot and you're called to do it, feel free. Notice even here, if you have the tendency to sink down into that left foot, feel the opposite stretch as you flex the foot that's in your hand, drawing it to the outside edge of the left foot. So if you don't have your foot, just ignore that. Just breathe here. If you have the foot, release it. Wiggle your right foot back to the center line. We'll step back to our first vinyasa from downward facing dog. Uncurl your way forward to a high plank. Let the knees lower. Let the chest and chin follow, Ashta Pranam. Slither onto the belly. Slide the palms back in line with the heart. Press the toenails into the floor. Baby cobra. And exhale, bow to yourself. Lift your hips to the sky. Feel how different this downward facing dog feels already. Breathing in and out through the back of the heart. Your connection to the earth firms up. All 10 fingers press down. Feel an intention grounding you, connecting you to source. And on this side, we'll sweep the left leg up and back, go slow. Exploring the hip on this side, bending the knee, nice. Exactly. So that left shoulder is going to want to come along for the ride. Do your best to square the shoulders toward the floor and let the left thigh do most of the work. Extend the left leg, reach it back behind you, straight and strong. We'll come forward for that core plank. Knee to navel, heel to hip. Gaze out, pause here. Big inhale and exhale. Sweep the left leg up and back. We'll draw the left knee to the left elbow. Flex the foot out to the side. Big inhale and exhale. Sweep the left leg up and back. Left knee to right elbow. Pause here. And send the left leg underneath the right leg. Keeping both hands on the floor or pouring the weight into the left hand. Right leg, right arm lifts for fallen triangle. Always drop the left hip to the floor. Allow that arm perhaps to reach behind you, drifting. And then hand comes down. Left foot steps forward to drop into that nice deep lunge. And again, as you sink down, lift up, find a press into the front foot. Reach the arms up, stretching the torso. Bring up and bend back. Big inhale and exhale. All right, we'll frame the front foot with the hands. We'll lift the back knee. We'll come up to our high lunge. Big inhale here. Bend the front knee, exhale. Take a twist open to our left. So the front hand is reaching in the same direction as the front shin. And then in the opposite direction, that back heel presses back along with the back fingertips. Cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot. We'll take a twist here. Left arm rises, reach up, fall open. Inhale. Exhale. Hand comes to frame the front foot. Pour the weight into the front foot. Let the right leg rise, standing split. And also, P.S., don't worry about how high you lift that right leg. Just feel any stale energy pouring out of the back of the heart. out through the feet, into the floor, down to the earth where it can be absorbed. Begin to draw the right knee into the chest, pressing into the front foot like a little flamingo here. Draw your right knee into the chest. We'll open the right knee to the right. Bring your right foot to connect. You can always bring the heel to the ankle first. How are we doing? All right. Breathing sounds good. Again, feel that anchor pressing down, foot to floor. Draw the right knee toward the wall behind you. Soften shoulders. Turn your right knee forward. We'll step the left foot back. Expand into our lunge. And bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Drop your back knee to the floor. And we'll come towards a lizard lunge. Lowering down to the extent that the breath can stay smooth. Rather than jagged, take your time, no rush. So take a moment here in this opening, yet restful pose. To count your blessings for being able to move your body in this way. Contemplating where you'd like to say a full and resounding yes. And perhaps also exploring the boundaries of your no, your limits. If that left knee wants to drift open, further opening the hip, you can. It'll feel good either way. Coming down to right forearm or right hand. Reach your left arm up, fall open. Soften the shoulders as you breathe. You want to catch the foot and draw the foot in. So even as you drop in and sink the hips, you might also try moving in the opposite direction, keeping the left thigh more in a parallel alignment with the floor, and drawing the heel into the outside of the hip as you flex the foot. A little different sensation. Take a moment to feel your beautiful heart as it swirls around towards the sky. And exhale, hand comes to the inside of the foot again. Step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we'll ripple forward to a high plank, like the top end of a push-up for a soft vinyasa again. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor, keep the hips high, chest and chin follow between the thumbs. Squiggle forward onto your belly, open heart, soft neck, baby cobra. Exhale, invite your hips to the sky, downward dog. Perhaps the inner thighs feel a little bit more open to swirl open and away from each other towards the wall behind you. Invite the jaw and the neck to soften. And rise up to your toes, slowly walking your feet forward to the top of your mat. And letting the body hang heavy over the legs. Definitely separating your feet as wide or even wider than your mat, softening into the knees and letting the body sway from side to side to release. Anything you've learned that feels good along the way, feel free to invite that in as well. Nice choices. Feel formidable as you press into your feet. Keep your knees soft and delay the arrival of the head as you peel yourself up, coming towards standing. Once you arrive, naturally untuck the shoulders and roll them back. And we'll sweep the arms out and up. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart. With your left hand, take hold of your right wrist, and you'll lean over to the left. Just a nice gentle stretch through the side body, redistributing the weight into the left foot as you lean over to the left. And then come on back up and take the opposite hand, opposite wrist with the opposite hand. Kick your left hip over to the left, right hand on left wrist, weight into left foot. And inhale, come on back up. Let the arms swing at the side. We'll take a flobble release. That's my word. I think I made it up. It's just cutting the string and letting tension flow out the body. So we'll do it 3 times. And before we flobble, which don't do it yet, it looks like this. You just the more you let your body kind of go crazy, the more release you get. So you may want to take something that you stored up that you really don't need to carry with you into this week. And each time you can pick a different thing and just throw it away, right? So gather up that strength, reach up to the sky, maybe make fists with the hands, and then let it go. You might bring some sound effects in, let it pour out. We'll come on back up, find that next thing, take a moment, and let it pour out as you cut the string. One last time, give it all you've got. Reach up, take a moment, find that thing, and let it go. Let the head hang heavy. Feel all those things pouring out of you, a karmic release of sorts. Obviously, you don't need them or you wouldn't have picked them to dispose of. Press into your feet, slowly build your way back up towards standing. And slowly make your way to the top of your mat. Either bringing your feet to touch for Tadasana or having the feet hip width distance apart. Anchor yourself down, reach out and up with the arms. And exhale, hands pulled down through heart center as you fold into yourself. Inhale, hands to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to high plank. So as always, your choice of vinyasa, you can lower down, chaturanga dandasana or some variation. Roll over the toes to upward facing dog. Peel the shoulders open. Exhale the hips to the sky. Other options, skip a vinyasa, breathe here in dog, or come to child's pose. And of course, sticking with knees, chest, chin, and baby cobra are terrific options as well. Let your triceps roll in towards each other as your biceps roll open towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Rise up onto your toes, big inhale. And exhale, bend the knees, look forward. You can step, you can hop the feet between the hands. Whatever, land with a lengthy heart as you lift halfway up. And exhale, fold. Root through the feet, rise through the heart, arms out and up. And exhale, hands down through heart center and down at the sides, Tadasana. Not whatever, I didn't mean it like that, but whichever one you want. Sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, either swan dive or pull the energy through heart center. Inhale, hands to shins or fingertips line up with toe tips. Exhale, hands to floor, step or hop back. Yogi's choice of vinyasa. We'll meet together in downward facing dog. Rise to the toes, big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop, floating the heart between the hands. And exhale, dive in half. Reach the arms out and up, big inhale. And exhale, hands come down. So you're gonna keep your hands at your heart center. You're gonna separate the feet about hip width distance apart. And you're gonna pour the weight into your, all right, I'm mirroring, so pour the weight into your right foot. Pour the weight into your right foot and bring your left ankle to cross over top of your right knee. So coming into this figure 4 shape. The more stretch you want in the hip, the more knee presses knee down towards the floor and the foot flexes. Big inhale here and exhale, sigh. So go slowly here. We're gonna come towards warrior 3. You're gonna unfold the right ankle, slowly extend that right leg back down behind you. You could always release the hands to the floor. They're there to catch you. Big inhale here, and step back. Right foot comes down. Now the right heel comes down. We're pause in warrior 1, arms come alongside the ears. The outer edge of the back foot presses down as you square the right hip forward, left hip forward to the top of the mat. Yep, you guys are on your right. Lead with that left arm, come into warrior 2. Get your shoulders stacked over your hips. And let's bring the shoulders along for the ride. You can reach behind you, thread the fingers into one another. Soften the shoulders down. Big inhale. And a deep knee bend on your exhale. Feel the fisted knuckles reaching toward the floor, same direction as your tailbone. And then unthread your left or right elbow, bring it to the right thigh. Reach your left arm up alongside your left ear for extended side angle. You can release the right hand to the inside of the right foot. And if you'd like, you can bend the top elbow and reach behind you for, again, a little more shoulder opening. I'm gonna stay here in this half bind. If you wanna move along and there's something that you like to do here, feel free. Roll the left shoulder open. Left ribs, right ribs swirl around to the sky. And bring your right hand to your right ankle. Slowly stretch the front knee towards straight. That should feel really nice. Heel your left shoulder open. And then unfurl the left arm up to the sky for triangle pose. Perhaps allowing the right ear to rest on the right shoulder. Allowing the left arm to drift behind you to open up the chest. And then leading with that left arm, come on back through warrior 2. Nice, guys. Flip the palm, reach up and back, radiant warrior. Straighten the front knee, coax the hip back, radiant triangle. Come on back up. Soften into both knees. We'll turn the toes in towards each other for a wide-legged forward fold. You take your arms out to a T, stretch through the heart for a moment, and then catch your hands to your hips again. Lengthen through your torso. Either bring your hands to rest on something or to the floor, fingertips to line up with your toe tips. The center of the feet beckon towards the head to come in their direction. And the elbows can bend like chaturanga as they draw in and bend at a right angle. And then those little subtleties, those check-ins, rolling onto the outside edge, the pinky toe edge of the foot. Feel that lift in your inner arches. Tip some weight forward to the toes. See if the tailbone can lift a smidge. Nice, there we go. Big inhale here. And exhale, sigh. We'll inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine. Reach your hands to your hips. And slowly peel yourself up towards standing. Turn onto the left toes, or left toes face to the top of the mat. Cartwheel your hands, frame your front foot, and step back to downward facing dog. Move through a vinyasa. I'll meet you in downward dog. And out of downward facing dog, rise onto the toes, big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and step or hop the feet between the hands. Land halfway up, lean forward, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, come back to Utkatasana, and then come back on back up to stand. So you guys are doing your left foot is on the ground, your right ankle is going to come over top of your left knee for that figure four shape. Bring the hands to heart center. Find a hip stretch that you want. Feel like a little on a jewelry box or something as I try to twist all around to figure out where to face you so you can see what I'm doing and also be in your own practice. Big inhale. We'll unthread that leg. Send it back behind us. Warrior three. You might wobble. That's fine. And then step your right foot back, landing in warrior two. Back heel spins down. Take a moment to acclimate yourself. So you might want a little space between your feet, like a river runs between it. That was a movie. You might want heel to heel alignment. Just take a moment to see what feels good for you and your body. And then we'll take the arms behind us, interlace them at the low back, press palms, lift heart. Press the outer edge of the back foot into the floor. And then release the hands, swirl with the right arm, reaching warrior two, finding your way into warrior two. And again, we'll take the hands behind us, interlace them at the low back, press palms, lift heart, bend knee. Beckoning the left knee towards the pinky toe side of the mat. And then release your left elbow to your left thigh. Reach your right arm up alongside your right ear. Take this wherever you want to take it. Perhaps left hand to the inside of the left foot. You want to take the half bind. So oftentimes what tends to happen is we collapse here, the chest swivels down. Do your best to draw the shoulder open. Maybe you even come up on something handy as a prop that feels closed off. We'll straighten the front leg and reach your left hand for your left ankle. Unthread the right arm. Reach it overhead for triangle pose. See if you can root particularly into the outer edge of the right heel. Feel your right hip press down into that heel. Equal length through the left and right side of the body. And let that right arm lead you back to warrior two. Flip the left palm to the sky for radiant warrior. And then straighten the front knee, radiant triangle. Let the arm lift you back up to standing. So soften into the knees. We're going to take the toes out to the side. So we're going to come into goddess pose. Bringing the hands to the thighs. Taking the stance as wide as you'd like. Just allow the shoulders to dip in. You'll feel that in your low back. It feels so good. Staying rotated onto the outer edge of your feet. Do the other side. Go slow. Do that 2 more times at your own pace. Dunking each shoulder in at a time. Feeling that nice groin stretch and hip stretch. It also takes a little bit of the thought process out of the thighs that start to quiver. Come on up when you're ready. Bring the hands out to the side. Take Yana Mudra if you'd like. Perhaps you want to come up onto the toes. You'd have to reorient the feet a little bit. Big inhale. And exhale. We'll turn your right toes to the top of your mat. Cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. For a vinyasa of your choice. We'll sweep the right leg up and back. Step the right foot forward between your hands, drop onto the back knee, untuck your back toes, and come up onto the right thigh. So drop into your lunge a bit, reach your left arm up. We'll take a twist. Left elbow crosses to the outside of the right thigh. Coming into that twisted side angle pose. Back knee can stay resting on the floor. If you'd like to lift it, you can. Swirling heart around to sky. I'm really pressing that right hand down into the left hand to leverage your twist. Big inhale here. And exhale, release the hands, frame the front foot, step back, vinyasa or none. We'll sweep the left leg up and back and do the other side. Left foot steps between the hands, back knee to the floor. Make your way up onto the left thigh. Yep, sink down, reach the right arm up, and tuck the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Inviting the armpit as close to the outside of the thigh as it wants to be. Maybe lifting the back knee. So rather than drawing the hands, see if you can press the hand down to leverage this part of the body into the twist. Press the back heel back if the knee is lifted. Bring your hands to the floor. And you're just gonna step this left foot back. So we're gonna find our way into a hip opener / shoulder opener. So this is where I was saying, if you wanna grab like a shirt or something to use, if the shoulders are still a little tight, I'm gonna use the one I have on because there's not much left at my fingertips. We're going to thread the right knee over top of the left knee and come to sit between the heels for Gomukhasana. So you might find that you want to sit on something, which is fine too. Bringing the heels off to the sides. You're gonna reach your right arm up. And then take your left arm alongside your left ear. Bring your left hand onto the top of the right elbow. And with that hand, encourage the elbow toward the midline. Feel that stretch in the armpit. Then reach your left arm out to the side. And then reach that hand behind you. Here's where you got to kind of find your shirt if you have it. Or you can just grab onto your yoga top or your t-shirt. Big inhale here, drawing the elbows in toward the midline. Here's your shoulder stretch and your hip opener both. You can lean forward as much as you want. This is a lot of things at once: a shoulder opener, a hip opener, a forward fold. Big inhale and exhale. Flex the feet. You want a little more opening. And make your way back up. Release whatever you're holding on to. We'll try the fancy way to come to the other side. I'll go slow. All right, let me see what side. Is your right knee on top or your left knee? Right knee? Yes, okay. So you're gonna walk your hands around to the outside of the left hip. You're gonna come up onto the right foot and then the left foot. You're gonna walk your hands around behind you. Don't move your feet. And then as you swivel around, your left knee should be on top magically. If it's not, just bring it on top. I think we all did it. Awesome. All right. And then this time the left arm comes alongside the left ear, bend the elbow, right hand on left elbow. Take the right arm out to a T, bend the elbow, reach behind you, grab what you grab, flex the feet, lift the heart up. And if you'd like to fold forward, you can. Some nice stretch in the low back. Let the chin and head bow. Let this forward fold be an invitation to turn inward. And on your next inhale, come on back up. And release what you're holding on to. We'll just easily come onto our back. Some back bend heart openers. Bending the knees, bringing the hands alongside the hips. For Bandhasana, bridge pose. Press the tailbone or the sacrum down to the floor to tuck the tailbone. Press into the hands and feet and lift your hips up to the sky. Maybe shrugging one shoulder underneath each shoulder blade one at a time. Reaching back for the heels or interlacing the fingers underneath of you. Spin the inner thighs in like you're gripping something with the thighs, but then release the grip on the glutes. Invite the heart up towards the chin. And you're going to come down whenever the body says it's time to release. Windshield wipering the knees back and forth, side to side. There's time for another back bend of your choice, or you can sit this one out. Another bridge pose would be great. And if full wheel's calling out to you, that could be one as well. Same rules apply. Toes turn in to protect your knees, if at all possible. Or parallel to the outside edges of your mat. So take your time, come into what you want to come into. You're coming into full wheel. Turn the fingertips down towards the shoulder blades. Hands alongside ears. Lift yourself up. You might play here if you're in full wheel or not. You might lift one foot. You can do this in bridge or in wheel. And try the other foot if you'd like. And as always, come back down when the body says it's time. All right. Draw your knees gently into your chest. Just releasing the low back. And then bring the feet back to the floor. You're gonna drop your knee, keep your feet as wide as your mat. Drop your knees over to the left. So you're gonna flex both feet. And then you're gonna bring your left ankle just above the right knee. So both feet are flexed, knees drop over to left. Left ankle crosses on top of right knee for this nice hip stretch. And also twist, gazing over the right shoulder. Might feel nice to take your own left hand on the right ribs, waist, spiraling the ribs around to deepen the twist as you look right. So the more the feet stay flexed, the more the left ankle presses down on the thigh, the more hip stretch you're gonna get. And then come back to center. Release both feet. Feet as wide as the mat. Drop the knees over to the right. And bring your right ankle to rest on top of your left thigh knee. Take a moment to gaze over your left shoulder, reorient the shoulder blades. Reach the arms out to a T. If it felt nice to bring your right hand on your left waist ribs and draw those around to the right. That doesn't even make sense at all. Don't even worry about it. Bring the feet back to the floor, knees trace the sky. So it's time to come into Shavasana. Grab your layers, dim your lights, whatever you'd like to make yourself cozy. If there's something pointed you feel like you missed, feel free. And again, spread yourself out. The same, but oh so different after having practiced. Letting your body take up lots of space as the inner ankles spin up to the sky. The heart beats rising and falling. Let your mind slip into a surrender. No effort, only release. That soft sound, invite you to reconvene with the breath. Wiggling the toes and the fingers and the wrists and the ankles. Perhaps stretching the arms overhead, reaching out for what the evening has left to offer you. As you're ready, drawing your knees in, rolling through one side, to pause for a moment. Letting your practice have an effect on you, noticing what that effect is. Taking no rush to get there, you'll make your way to a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Maybe you keep your eyes closed, savor the last moments of your practice, our practice together. Bringing your hands to meet at heart center if you'd like. Taking a moment to feel fully grounded in the reality of now, not longing for the past. Keeping a distant eye on the future, but really embracing what there is in this moment. Being fully cognizant that every adversity has the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Close the practice with the sound of Om. Big inhale here, and sigh out. Any last thing you don't need. Inhale. Let your thumbs meet your eyebrows. Invite in guidance and intuition as you shine the heart up towards the light. And bow to yourself, thanking yourself for your practice. Namaste. Jai. Victory. Thanks, guys.